Well, we're back in Mexico, and this time we're here for Day of the Dead. We've been wanting to come here for many, many years and finally made it down. Kick things off, we're actually in Mexico City, Carla's home place.
Yeah, we're actually right now in downtown and we're heading to the main square. Day of the Dead is a two-day celebration on November 1st and November 2nd, where we pretty much celebrate the life of our dear ones, the ones that have passed away. And we do it through offerings that you either place at home or you go to the cemetery. And these offerings have some very typical elements. One is our traditional flower called cempasúchil, which is the yellow flower. Candles, which will lead the way of the souls from the underworld to our home or the cemetery, as well as the different food that they used to like. So now we're in the main square and there's offerings from the different states in Mexico because they may differ in some way. I'm not very familiar with that. And it's a very cool tradition that of course has become more popular due to the movies. So let's go and check it out.
Well, this is pretty cool. Not only do they have different offerings from each state, but they also have a big skeleton in front wearing the traditional dress of that state. So it's kind of cool. And this was kind of a surprise for us. We weren't really planning to come down here for Day of the Dead. This is actually Saturday, October 29th right now. So we're not Day of the Dead yet or Halloween, but of course the festivities start because everyone's off on the weekend. And yeah, there's always so much going on in downtown Mexico City. So we had to come check it out.
So baby, when you die, what will be on your offering?
There's too many foods to list, I think, but I do love pizza. I do love tacos.
Your huevos a la tarasca.
Huevos a la tarasca, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's my breakfast. Probably you could put like a sour beer, maybe, for me, or like a whiskey sour. That would be good.
And for me, there will be a shopping bag. He always says that I love my shopping. Will be a shopping bag, also a beer. I don't know, chocolate, a hot chocolate. I love chocolate.
And I'll do your offering at one of the malls.
Yes. I'll be happy to go back. Well, so far all the offerings are super pretty. My favorite ones are the ones from Michoacán and Oaxaca, which are two states that are very well known to keep this tradition alive. And something that I actually miss mentioning is a glass of water, because you gotta keep your souls hydrated because they came from far away to your offerings.
So now there's going to be a parade. This is kind of the main thing that we were prepared to see here, because it's a really huge thing that started after the James Bond movie that created the parade. It didn't exist before the movies, but we're pretty confused because on the internet it says it starts at noon here where we are. It's already 1:30, it hasn't started. We asked the police officer, she said a different parade starts now and that one starts in the evening, but on the internet it says that that one started like a week ago, so we're not really sure what's happening, but there's definitely a parade happening because a big crowd is lined up, so we're just going to see what happens. How are you liking the parade?
Oh, sorry. I'm pretty good. It's awesome, but it's very hot and there's a lot of people. So be aware.
Now I'm going to watch the second parade. This is the bigger parade, but the streets are so insane. We decided to come into a restaurant. I hope to get views from the window on the second floor.
So they're actually taking longer than usual, and we just keep ordering beer so they don't kick us out. But oh my god, the amount of people.
Oh yeah, looking at it, but I like seeing the parade from above.
Yeah, and I like seeing it. It was the first time.
And it was definitely better than the first one.
It's really worth it.
I think also because it's at night, so you get all the lights, and it's just like a really cool atmosphere. Loud music. It was much louder than the other one. No, it's really good. It's really good, but I don't know if I'd say the same thing if I was down there.
People look happy though.
Yeah, I know.
We made it to Morelia, the capital city of Michoacán, and it's actually one of the most popular states and destinations to see the celebrations of Day of the Dead.
Yeah, and this was our primary place we wanted to come to experience Day of the Dead. Not quite Morelia, this is actually just a stop because we're heading to Patzcuaro, one of the smaller communities, as well as a bunch of other smaller communities where it's supposed to be really alive and doing well, like the traditions, going to the cemeteries and things like that. And today is actually October 31st, so this is Halloween. So it's not Day of the Dead yet, but as you can probably see, the celebrations have already begun. There's so many of these wood dust art pieces all over the square here. We're still admiring them and seeing which one's our favorite, but one thing we've noticed is a lot of them feature the monarch butterfly. And that's one of the things that Morelia is known for, is the monarch butterflies. They actually come from Canada and do their migration all the way down here. We've actually been there before and I've seen them like in the billions in the forest here. It's a pretty impressive sight. Well, we've only been here for like 10 minutes, no?
Yeah.
And we've already seen a lot of cool stuff, like especially the displays that they're building around the square. They're kind of made out of like a sawdust, and I think they color it, probably with chalk, because I remember doing that with salt.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but they're like really impressive what they've done.
And now we just saw La Danza de los Viejitos, which is the dance of the old men, and we even bought a souvenir. I just love to see these kind of traditions of my culture and support them by buying these cool souvenirs.
And it's only 100 pesos, like what a deal. But I don't know why the face actually reminds me of the thing in Newfoundland at Christmas.
Ah, the mummers.
Yeah, the mummers. You never know, might be tied together.
Yeah, you never know. Every single main square in all the Mexican cities have a big cathedral or church, but I must say that this one is very pretty. The ceiling art is very nice.
Well, that was super cool.
Even though you didn't understand anything.
I didn't understand anything, but I love her costume or her outfit, and just I don't know, there's always just so much like culture when you come to the squares. You really never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, it was super cool to learn about like her costume, and yeah, I love being around Mexico. Every time that we get to travel around Mexico and I get to see so many displays of our culture, makes me want to cry. Because we've been very fortunate to travel to over 40 countries, and I really don't see a country that has so much culture, right? Like everywhere, like in Mexico. And I mean, even though I love living in Canada, oh, I love my Mexico. What about you?
Me too.
Patacuaro, another popular old town here in Michoacán. And what do you think? Looks so pretty, right?
It's a really beautiful town, yeah. We actually just had a really delicious traditional breakfast. What was it called?
It was corundas, which is a traditional meal from Michoacán. It's a maize cake, let's put it this way. And the popular enchiladas with mole sauce, the one that it has a chocolate base.
And another big thing about today, now it's the grand event, right? Basically the Day of the Dead. This is November 1st. So this is the day we're going to be staying up late and going to see the cemeteries, and we're really excited about that. But first things first, we need to get our face painted.
We are dead now.
Ready to go. We have our faces painted, or in this case, some little jewels.
Yeah.
And of course we have our t-shirts from iWay.
Yeah, they're super nice. We look super Mexican.
Definitely if you want a Mexican shirt, eh? Like these are the ones to get.
Yeah, they're super nice. You can find different stores around Mexico City. This town is super old. I was reading that a lot of the buildings are from the 1700s.
How'd you like the view?
Oh, it's super nice. I remember when I came here as a little girl that I really like it because everything looks super old. And we actually don't have an itinerary because everywhere is super busy, so we're just going with the flow.
Yeah, definitely if you plan to come here on Day of the Dead, it's probably one of the most popular places in the country, and it's not a very big place.
No.
So you can expect a lot of crowds.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's part of the festivities.
We are in another popular spot, which is called La Casa de los 11 Patios, which is a house with 11 squares like the one right behind me. And this used to be a place for the nuns back in the 1700s. I don't remember the year exactly, but pretty cool and very big.
Well, now that the sun's about to set, we're gonna make our way to one of the popular cemeteries to see what Day of the Dead is really about. There's all kinds of places around Patacuaro where you can do this, but we've been told that Sinsudland, I think I'm saying that wrong, but if not, it's gonna be spelt below, is one of the nicest ones because there's lots of things going on there. Definitely a lot busier than we imagined. And just the hassle of finding parking. We already missed sunset, but that doesn't matter because most of the magic, I think, takes place after dark. Incredible, like much more incredible than I thought it was going to be. Even though it's almost like a big party, I guess that's the celebration. It's like celebrating the life that your loved ones had before they passed away. And yeah, it's just unreal. Like the amount of decorations they put on all the grave sites here is like it's just really incredible. It's really beautiful.
And I was asking the people praying or around a tomb, how long do they stay? And she said that it can even be the whole night. So you can tell when people is loved by their families because they put a lot of effort decorating their tomb and they're here around it. So I think it's pretty nice that there's like a day dedicated to remember your loved ones.
I like it too. This is a tradition I think I could even adopt. And but would you spend the night in a cemetery?
Sure, I guess when you're with your family members and there's music and you just like talk about all the memories you have with that person, it can be something really nice.
And then in the morning you wake up and you look over and I'm painted like this.
Oh. One thing about Mexico is that you will never get hungry because there's food everywhere.
As long as you have some pesos.
Yeah, they only take cash. This is a churro.
Pretty much one of the top midnight snacks in Mexico when you're out and about.
Yeah. So now we got some atole, which is a very traditional drink made of maize, and this one has a dulce de leche flavor, which we call cajeta. So it's also very good for the cool nights.
Well, that's it for the night, no?
The charro is tired now.
The what?
The charro, you're a charro. That's
Charro?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's been a long day. We've been walking for over 12 hours now.
It's actually only 11 p.m. right now, and some of these people said that they're going to be there all night.
Actually, until 2 or 3 in the afternoon next day.
That's dedication. I love
I
it.
know. I said, you fall asleep here, and he said, no, I just keep drinking.
That's what we were missing. We needed it here.
Oh, probably at this point I feel that I'm gonna fall asleep. But no, it's such a cool place. I mean, you really need way more days to explore the different towns.
Yeah, I'd probably come earlier too to see them getting set up. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is a pretty cool experience. Busier than I thought it was going to be, but nonetheless, pretty cool.
So as you know, I'm from Mexico, and I love sharing a little bit more about my birth country, which I love very much. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and comment below to know if you would like us to do more videos about Mexico.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can continue following along on our journeys across Canada or maybe other parts of the world. This is the saddest part of the day.
No.
She did such a good job.
I know.
I felt kind of famous today.
I know.
Everyone wanted their picture with me.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Just back to normal ugly man now.
Exactly.
Hey.
You look like a sad clown now, getting ready to
Huh?
Yeah, oh, don't cry, baby.
Now I can't do the laugh.